Hey guys, welcome back to Wilson's Wild Ride. We do everything RV and travel, and today we're doing RV because we got a Blackstone grill from my kids for Mother's Day. They sent it all the way from North Carolina and we're super excited because it's a little one. I asked for a little one, and Wilson had a great idea that we are in this Imagine 2670 MK.
Yep.
And Imagine, and we have this cooktop over here, and we'll show you. And it's the outdoor cooktop. I don't like it, and so we're.
It's a little high.
Yeah.
It's a little high for cooking, especially
for somebody short.
Well, we're not real tall people, and so you could pull it out, but
it's still difficult to cook on for us. So he's going to modify today our outdoor kitchen to put this Blackstone in. Now it won't be so that we can cook in the kitchen with the Blackstone, but it's a nice storage place that otherwise we would be carrying it in a dry well, and as you know, there's not like a lot of room for that kind of stuff. So stay tuned. Up next,
size of our tires. All right, now that we've gone over,
this place is great.
So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this drawer out. See how high it is? I mean, it's a nice little thing, but it just, for us, it doesn't really work. And I know for a lot of people out there, it really doesn't work for y'all either. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull this out. There's a little button right here and on the other side. One you have to push down, the other one you have to pull up. And then once you do that, this whole thing will slide out. Now, every time I use it, I always tuck this hose back in, because if you ever used it, you'll know what I'm talking about. The hose gets hung up and it's hard to open and shut. So that's what I do. Anyway, so we're gonna get this out of the way. So we got a Phillips head screw here, and we have one over here as well. And I'm just using my little DeWalt drill. We're gonna unscrew each side. All right, that one's loose, and all right, that one's loose. I'm just gonna set that down.
Is there gonna be measuring this time?
There's always measuring.
I hate the measuring. Always too much measuring.
All right, and then in the back here, there's a little strip of wood that's screwed down. We've got to remove those screws right there. So I'm gonna stick this in here, and there's plenty of room up top.
Wait, does that like go to anything?
Not really. It just screws down.
Well, why do they have it there?
Well,
then?
it's to help give this something to support this little piece of flimsy wood that they got the back side of this track hooked to.
Okay.
All right, so that screws out. I'm gonna move. See, and all this right here, now this whole piece will come out. If you can get it out right. Anyways.
Oh, wow.
Down.
Okay. Oh, that's like that's almost a half an inch. Look at that. That's almost like a half an inch of space. That's cool. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I was questioning. We've got questions.
Now the next thing we have to do is, in case you're wondering, and I was too, where this receptacle is, you got this board that runs across here. If you reach your hand up there, you can't touch the wires, you can't touch the back of that receptacle. There is a bottom piece that runs right through here that protects anything from going up in there, which is awesome, because we're going to leave that alone. We don't need to move that. What we're going to remove is this panel and this right here, and we may end up removing this as well, and these guys right here on the side, and that's it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start demoing this stuff and getting this stuff out of here. So I think I'm going to start on the sides. I'll just kind of see if I can.
So you're gonna have to saw anything?
I don't think I'm going to need to saw anything. I think that most of this stuff is going to be able to come right out.
Okay.
So we're not trying to save this piece. Or this piece. fact, we could probably just kind of.
Is that like not connected to the top?
I don't think so. Maybe it is. What I may have to do, see, this is what you run into. So what I may need to do is go get a box cutter and just really score that real hard right through there.
Yeah.
That way it won't like take the whole thing. It'll cut off even with that.
Okay.
All right. So after I scored this, I was able to push this in and it broke free. So now we just kind of wiggle it a little bit. You got some wires on this side, so you have to really be careful over there. I'm gonna get this guy here out of the way. Alright. Down.
Oh.
So that's it. They have those little screws in there. They got 2 on each side. They're kind of angled, so which was kind of helpful to be able to get that drill in there on them. So let's see what we got here. I don't want to do this. Okay, so no, we're gonna leave that the way that is. Now we're gonna grab our trusty little tape
You're
measure.
gonna fix that up there, right? I mean, you're just.
Yeah.
What are you doing there? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're gonna leave it all crappy. That's what you do.
It's not what I do.
It is what you do. Look at you just littering on the thing and everything.
Goodness, you know what? I'll clean up when I'm finished.
Do you want sandpaper? Because I can get that for you.
No, I'll just cut it off.
Okay. Yeah, we wouldn't want it to be done nice.
Oh my goodness.
You need to be careful there. You got those wires. Are those gas lines?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so we're keeping this part right here.
Yes, we're going to keep that part right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure what we got here, because I think right now we're probably where we need to be to get that grill in there. So
okay.
I'll be right back with the grill.
Well, wait.
Well, first I'm going to be right back with the tape measure.
Wait,
then
you're gonna clean out this dust, right?
Let me see if the grill will fit first, okay? All right, so this wire goes to the receptacle that's in here that
Plugs in.
Yeah, that where you could plug your refrigerator in and where you have power there. So what I did is I just moved this, unscrewed that and moved the cable out of the way because it's going right through the middle. And so I just brought it this straight close to the front, and you should have enough wiring to do that. And now what we got to do is we got to get here and got some sawdust in here we got to clean up. All right, we're done with that.
Okay.
Set that down for a minute.
So now this is not going to be for
cooking. No.
Cooking. No.
No.
This is just for storage because we didn't want the other thing there, right?
Right. I mean, if you think about it.
So how are you going to use that line?
So the line is on the other thing.
Okay.
So there's no line in here. Now it's just a nice space where we can keep that Blackstone grill.
Okay. Well, that line always had to be hooked and unhooked anyway. So
I'm not sure if the 22-inch will fit in here or not. It might. If anybody wants to try that and let us know, please, please comment and let us know if it worked out for you or not. But the 17-inch will fit in here without any other modifications.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to show that to you right now. I'm going to go grab it and we're going to put it in there so you can see what I'm talking about. Now with these little legs on here, these little rubber legs on the bottom, it's a little bit of a tight fit, but get it right over that. Fits right in there.
Okay, so it'll be safe in there when we're traveling?
Absolutely.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. These little rubber legs.
Oh yeah, I see that.
See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Those rubber legs will keep it from sliding around and beating things up. That's not going to happen. Now, what could happen is that it could vibrate back or vibrate forward, but it's just as far as the 22-inch, like I was talking about earlier, it really depends on how wide that thing is. The 22 and how deep it is too. if it's
You might be able to fit a 22
you might
inch
be
in
able
there.
to do it.
So this one though, we're gonna be able to take out,
right,
because we still have to season it, but we'll take it out.
so yeah, this really worked out. I'm pleased with it.
Okay. So we just close it and lock it, and then it's all set. That's where we're gonna keep it.
That's
okay,
where it's
cool.
going to stay. Then
Okay,
you can
cool.
just close it up and
All right, now take it out because we
That's a
gotta we have to do the seasoning.
correct. Now we're going to do the seasoning. She's going to show you all about that.
Okay, we got the 17-inch Blackstone, and I'm excited. Except for now, you have to season this. You have to season it. But first, you have to clean it. So just a wet rag, and I'm gonna clean it. And these little spots on here that they claim, because they kind of pre-season it, but so you're gonna get these discolorations. So first of all you do is clean it with a wet rag. Okay, and then you're gonna turn it on. How do I turn it on?
All right, so
Dude, turn it on. First of all, wait a minute.
I'm waiting a minute.
Okay, so these are the things you're gonna need before you start and turning it on. First, I cleaned it, wiped it down with clean cloth, a wet cloth. That's it. Then you need to make sure you got your oil, your paper towels, your protective glove, and your tongs. Okay, now show me how to turn it on.
All right. So you're going to turn it to the left. Hold that in, turn it to the left until you hear it. Hear it?
Yeah.
Then you're going to turn it. While it's pushed in, you're going to turn a little bit. Hear that click?
Oh yeah, like that inside stuff.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we have it on, and you have to wait for the griddle to heat up 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. It says 10 to 15 minutes until you see a discoloration in the griddle. And then mine is 17 inches, so I'm only going to put it on a tablespoon, but you really kind of want to spread that out. Okay. Then you're going to take, I'm going to put that over there. Then you're going to take this. You're going to take a paper towel and the tongs, and I'm putting my UGG glove on because this thing is hot, and you got to do every corner. Not just the corners, you have to do the sides, they said. Okay, now I'm going to wait until it stops smoking. Then you have to repeat that process 5 more times. Okay, we've done it for 5 times, and we're in Texas right now, so it's hot, and it was hot. And bring the camera over here and let you see how discolored this gets. That's the color you're supposed to get. Now we did it 5 times. You're supposed to do it until it gets to some sort of this kind of coloring. Hope that the camera's picking it up. It's a darker color, and it says in the directions that the more you cook on it, the more seasoned it will get. So don't forget, if you're buying these Blackstones, guys, make sure that you season it, because you can't just whip it out of the box and use it, or all your food will just stick to it. So that's it. Thanks guys for watching, and enjoy the ride. Did you just really do that?
Yeah.
You're so weird.